Hello and welcome to another Solana tutorial. Today we're gonna be talking about NFTs and how you can create your own collection using metaplex. Don't worry, we'll go through the installation process, then the uploading process. I'm gonna tell you everything that you need to know. We're also gonna talk about creating a candy store such that people can mint your NFTs. So let's get started. Prerequisites for this video is that you have a Solana CLI installed, or at least that Solana is running, that we can do fun stuff such as perform on the mainnet, and we have our key pair created. If you don't know how that works, you can say Solana keygen, you make a new key pair, and then you say you just specify an out file like this, and then you say my new key JSON or whatever. That way you can create a new key. I just did that. There you go. I'm not ever gonna use that key because I just showed you my seed phrase. So I stay with this key pair. We can already see I already sent 0.1 sol to this address. It's not gonna be enough, just so you know. This is not gonna be enough to create my NFT collection, but that's what we're gonna start with, and we see how far we get. So first thing, we need to get metaplex. Go piss off. Right, so we can fork this GitHub repo, or we can just clone it. Let's make this a little bit bigger here. I'm gonna make a new folder just so you see I'm installing this newly for you. I mean, I've done that 3 times and every time it has changed. So we say git clone, and then we insert this link, and then we clone the metaplex repository, and then we can change into that folder. Now here we have a bunch of stuff, and we want to navigate to the JavaScript directory. So change directory to JS, and then you can say yearn install first. And that is gonna take a while. So let's relax. Take it easy, because we're still young. I can tell you a little bit of history. Back in the old days, right? When I started working with metaplex like 3 weeks ago or so, things were still different because this repo here, this is under active development, right? So 13 hours was the last commit. So they are actively developing in here. And back in my days, when I installed metaplex, there was the CLI, and then I could build myself a nice little binary for Windows. I got myself this metaplex exe. So I could say metaplex exe, and this would work, right? I don't think this is supported anymore. I think by now we have to use the TypeScript thing, but don't you worry, we'll figure it out. I've also not ever used that before, and last time I tried to install it 2 days ago, I couldn't because there was a bug.
Is the Git repo in a state where it does not compile?
But then they fixed it. So we're gonna try this again today. But I really wanna, install it live for you, because what's the point of using an old version of metaplex that you can't use anymore unless you were to check out the. But you should always be up to date with the current version. On that note, though, please do not ask me, oh, they changed something, how does it work now? I can't keep up with how quickly they change. Please ask metaplex about it and not me. Okay, now that that's done, we can say yearn build. And that's also going to take a while. There we go. Success, success, success. Only 462 seconds. And now we have the build folder here. And inside this build folder, we find the Candy Machine CLI. You know, back in the old days, it was a metaplex.exe. But anyhow, now to execute this thing, we need to have TS node installed, which if you don't have that installed, but you have npm installed, just run it for global, just run this. If you don't have TypeScript installed either, then do both of those. So npm install TS node. I already did that, so I can say TS node and then Candy Machine. Let's see what that does. There we go. That gives us all of the options that this Candy Machine CLI can do for us. If we compare that to the options I had back when I was first running it, we now have a bit more options, which is cool. I've never used that, so let's see if that actually works as well. Okay, so I'm assuming that it works the same way as my metaplex exe. We'll just try it, and we're gonna try it right on the mainnet because ain't nobody got time for deploying on the devnet, right? Now that we have metaplex installed, let's talk about what this thing needs, because what we want to do is upload, and the upload needs the following things. Mainly needs the directory, which contains images named from 0 to n. And not only does it need to contain images, it also needs to contain the metadata for those images, right? Because with those we want to build our NFTs. And I have already prepared this. We have images from 0 to 100. So 101 images. And corresponding metadata JSON files. I'm gonna show you the images here. The images, since I'm not an artist to, you know, make actual NFT art, I just took 100 pictures of myself because that's the kind of person I am. Yeah. So those are gonna be the NFTs that we're gonna put on chain. And I created myself some scripts that shuffle those images so they're in a random order, and then to create metadata from a template file, this one, where I just say number and then it creates that for all of them. Resulting JSON file then looks like this. This is the first NFT. So it's the metadata of image number 1. I just call it ND-NFT because I can. You don't need a symbol, but I thought NDY is a nice symbol. If might as well provide one. And then in the description, we just, you know, put some text. Since my NFTs are basically you supporting me and what I do here, I say thanks for your support. Then this one, the seller fee basis points, this is an interesting metadata information because that's the percentage that you as a creator get if the NFT is sold on a secondary market, providing that that secondary market supports that. I think all of them do. Of course, everybody can create their own market and just ignore that, but usually they do. Now, this is in basis points, so divided by 100 you get percent. So I say 42%, which is ridiculously high. Usually you would put something like maybe 10% or even just 5%. That's a normal value. But I like to put 42 because I want to discourage people actually selling my stuff, like my NFTs, because that's not, I don't want people to speculate on them, right? I don't want people to buy up all the NFTs just to sell them to a higher price later. And that kind of allows me to do that. Not really, but still. I don't want them to be resold. And if they're resold, then at least I want to get a big cut. Now, who gets those 42%? That's down here in creators. You can supply an address. You can supply several. You just need to copy that and do it like this. And then you can say this one has 99% and this one has 1 or something like that. But I just put in one address. That's the address where all the funds should go to for that secondary sale. Okay, what else is in this file? There is the image, and this here, this image.png that we will also find down here, this is replaced by metaplex, so by the code, with the actual image that it uploads to Airweave. So Airweave, this thing, this is basically a permanent storage for data. Also decentralized, and basically what they allow you to do is just store something permanently. Yeah, but metaplex deals with all of that. They automatically convert your sol to their token and then pay for the hosting fee. So this image.png will be replaced. What else is in the metadata? You can have attributes. You know, the standard NFTs have something like different eyes and different shirts and equipment. And, you know, I have blue eyes, and in that NFT, I'm wearing this shirt, and I don't have any equipment, because looking at that picture here, you can totally see blue eyes, black and white shirt, no equipment, but a nice smile. Yeah, so that's the metadata. One more thing in the metadata is a collection that you can say this belongs to the following collection. It's NFTs season 1. If I were, don't think I'm gonna make more seasons, but if I were to make more seasons, then this is how I would indicate that, by having the name of this NFT collection and then a broader family, belongs to the family of NFTs. Okay? Yes. We don't have to provide that, but that's just the metaplex standard. Yes, in the properties, we can say what's the actual contents of that NFT, and we just have one image, one PNG, so we say it's an image, and then this, as we said, will be replaced with the actual image link. Okay, cool. That is all we have for metadata, and you always have to have those corresponding pairs, 0 and 0, so those two belong together, those two belong together, those two, and so on. And I have 101 of those. Okay, so the way this will work now, going back to here, we need to supply the directory. Then we should also supply the environment, because the default is the devnet. Mainnet beta, I think, is how the environment is spelled out. Then we need to supply the key pair, right? We said Solana config get, this is my key pair that I want to use. So I say minus key pair, and number, I could say, I don't think I need to do this because it would count it anyway, how many files there are, but I can say I want 101. I could specify where I want to save the images. Default is Airweave, so we can just leave that. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but it doesn't matter. I could define another log level to be more verbose or something, but I think that's going to be fine for now. And then, of course, we need to supply the directory, and that's just where I have all my images and metadata stored. There we go. Okay. There's the video on top of some of that, right? So I'm gonna scroll down a little bit so that you can see the command again. So, okay, to recap, upload on mainnet with this key pair, this amount of NFTs, and from this folder. Okay, let's just do it. Let's just boom. Let's just see what happens. I have no idea. Oh, that does not look good. That does not look good. What is here? Not a directory. Well, let's do this differently. Let's put this right here. And then at the end, we say environment mainnet beta. And we don't provide a key pair. Let's see if it takes the default key pair. No. Okay, fine. Then let's provide a key pair. Oh yeah, that way. No. Still not. Custom program error. Insufficient Lamperts. Yes, yes. Okay, so there we have it. It's already trying to create this metaplex thing, and we only have 0.1 Lamperts essentially, but we need 0.1 sol. Sorry, remember my sol balance. God damn it, Solana balance is only 0.1, and we need 1.7. So that, wait, 0.17 sol? Did I calculate that correctly now? Could be, because for 1,000 I needed 1.7 sol. So maybe for 100 I just need 0.17. So for 100 it's 0.17. For 1,000 it's 1.4, I think it was. So, you know, this is for storing the metadata. And of course, the more NFTs you want to upload, the more space you will need. And therefore, the more sol you need to provide to be rent exempt with that account. That's all just Solana, blah, blah. But essentially, it costs you more if you want to host more NFTs. Let's just put it like that. That's simple terms. Okay, if I calculated it correctly, then I only need like another 0.1 sol. So let's try this. Another 0.1 sol. Send it to that address. And oh man, do I love Solana. It's so fast. I love it. Back here, if we now try that again, scroll down. So same command with the environment mainnet beta, this key pair, upload on this folder. Boom. Let's see. Max we can lose is 0.2 sol. Oh, that's looking better. It created this public key and it's processing 101 files. That's looking very good. Okay, and now it started with file 0. And now again, we just wait. It can take some time, but with 100 NFTs, it's not that bad. Like, you know, depending how many you want to upload, it can take a while. Yes. Put that on the chain. Putting images on chain. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. Anybody can create their own freaking NFT collection. And it's super cheap on Solana. I mean, yes, the hosting for the NFTs might be a little bit of a barrier. I mean, I don't want people to speculate on NFTs anyway. I mean, it's such a hype. But we are building right into that hype. We are building right into that hype. Meanwhile, I can tell you about my NFT collection. So the idea was that I want to create an NFT set and I don't have any art to sell. The only thing that I can sell is my time, so my services, right? So inside this NFT collection, there are some cool NFTs and some of them have a meaning. Like the ones with the glasses, you get a 15-minute free coaching from me if you have that NFT. Or if you redeem that NFT. The one with the ledger, I think, is the 1 full hour of coaching, and there are 3 of those. And the one with the camera is I make a video for you on a specific topic that you can choose, including the research for that topic. with a microphone, I sing a song for you just for fun because I like to sing songs. You just give me a title. This is the opposite. I listen to your song or your video or your podcast if you send me a link, if you have that NFT with the headphones. Tokens. If I have a token in my hand, then that NFT means I help you create your own token, because a lot of people requested that and I have to turn people down because it's just too much. But if you hold that NFT, then I will definitely help you. Oh, this is also a special one. These ones, I will create an entire NFT set for you. So basically what we are doing here today, that's what I'm gonna help you with. With a laptop, I do some research for you, or I help you with a project, because people often come to me with their problems. How do I do this? What's the best way to solve that? And usually I'm like, I don't know. But if you have that NFT, then I would spend some time actually researching it. And then this one, this is gonna be the big one. This is, I support you during your project, whatever that project might be. Of course, it needs to be somewhat in my expertise. So let's say somewhere around Solana ideally, or something with Loopstation. I'm fine with that. Or programming in general. And throughout like 1 or 2 weeks, I will give you continuous support throughout your project. So this is the main price. And then there are just some more fun ones where I'm basically just saying thank you for supporting me. Because I'm gonna make those pretty cheap to buy. It's also more of a just testing how can we get NFTs on chain, and just a little bit of having a little bit of fun. Speaking of, are we making any progress? Oh, I need to enter. Okay, wait, hold on. Initiated contract with Candy Machine public key. So that already looks good. That public key, I'm gonna note down. But why did it die? I don't know. Let's try this again. Ooh, and meanwhile, it did cost us those 0.2 sol. Maybe we should have put a little bit more money on there. Maybe I just don't have enough sol anymore. Because, I mean, no, but it seems to be doing something. And I'm running out of sol. Holy shit, I'm running out of sol. I can live watch how I'm running out of sol. And if I run out of sol, let's make it happen just so we see what's happening if I run out of sol. There we go. There we get the error. Uploading file. Instruction error. It doesn't say much more than that. But yeah, let's kill it. Because there's no point. We don't have enough sol left to pay for the Arweave fee. So let's go here once again. Top up my account with a little bit more of that sweet, sweet sol. There we go. And boom. That's much better. Hopefully, this thing is built in a way that if the image was not properly uploaded, it starts there again. So let's see if it continues. Looks good. It keeps burning my soul. But I'm alright with that because it's creating NFTs. That's the way I can tell. I could also increase the lock level to like debug or something. Then it would print more stuff. Could actually be nice to have. If it dies again, should we make it die again? What is one pic? Okay, so here, this thing minus this thing. 0.002. That's pretty much one token account. Can that be it? 0.0023 is what it costs me to upload one NFT. Uh-oh, what's happening? Oh, what's happening? This is not good. Too many requests. Oh no, oh no, no, no. The endpoint is rejecting my, the RPC is rejecting my, I'm making too many requests. Oops. Yeah, that can happen. Don't ask me why it happened, but maybe because I'm running out of Sol, and it then keeps trying, and the endpoint says, no, you don't have enough money, no, you don't have enough money, no, you don't have enough money, and then I made too many requests. That's what I imagine, too many requests for a specific RPC call. Oops. So essentially, we see that we need even more money. And by money, I mean Sol. So we might as well increase it to an entire Sol, because that will then definitely be enough, I hope. Boom. Send it. And then hopefully 3, 2, 1, bam. Hopefully this should now be enough to get it through. So we go back here, we do the same thing again, and this time we also say, how was it with the log level? -- log level. Let's go. Is verbose a thing? Because I don't know what inverted log level, I don't know, then debug probably. Yes, there we go. That's much nicer, because now it tells me for every file how far did we get. Yes, that's now it tells me it's trying to upload this, that's the file, and so on. So much nicer to look at if we actually have log levels defined. That's how quickly it goes through picture by picture as well. So yeah, I like my debug log level. And as you could also see, even if it stops at one point, you can start it again and it will continue where it left off. I like it if my NFTs are being uploaded. And they're going to be permanently stored on chain on Arweave. Look, those are the links. File uploaded. Okay, so that is the image uploading part. And then it needs to put all the metadata on chain as well. That's what's coming after this, I think. Let's see. One more. Boom. Now it's writing the indices. That's now writing the stuff on chain. Wait, 155 files? What? Yeah, so that's another 100 indices to write. Let's go. Meanwhile, we can go to where we execute this thing, which is here. And here we find the folder cache. And inside that cache, we now have the mainnet beta temp. That's the temp file that it uses to store all of the information for the current process. So if you delete that, then it will not continue at the previous attempt. It will start from new. But we want to have a look at that file. But I'm going to wait for it to be done, just in case it's still writing on it. I don't want to interrupt that. Done! Woo! What's now happening? Oh, now it's processing files again. Oh yeah, there was the file that it missed. Yes. There was one, it saw the error, but now this is well programmed. It did check that, and now it's writing the correct indices on that one as well. Yes, now we have 200 files. That sounds more like it. Done! Successful, true. Woo! Love it. Love it. And now we can have a look at the file here. Let's open that with a notepad. Actually, let's put it here. Save it as JSON. There we go. Then we just quickly format that such that it's a little bit nicer to look at. So what did we do? We got the program config. Is that also, that is also what we already noted earlier. And then we have the individual items from 0 all the way to 100. Yes, authority, that's the one who created it. That was my address that created it. Speaking of, let's check how expensive it actually was. So I paid 0.4 Sol for the entire thing, with 0.18 approximately for Solana, and the rest probably for hosting on Arweave. I think the token accounts, they're only initialized when you actually mint the tokens. So that is not paid for yet. That's what the people who purchase the NFTs pay for. Back to this file. Each item, you have the name, we know it's on chain. And then here we have the link to the arweave.net. That's the metadata. So if we have a look at that, that is our metadata. It's our JSON. You might remember this. We saw that earlier. And you can see the image was already replaced by this link. In Firefox, we get a nicer display. That's just another way to look at it, at this JSON. We have basically everything that we looked at before. And then here for the image and here for the file, we have this link. It's twice the same link. But if we follow that, boom, there we have it. That's the content of the NFT. That is the actual image for the first mint. So right now it's all on chain, or at least in the metaplex store, which I think is quite cool. Let's check again what other comments there are, what we can do. So we can verify. What does that do? Let's just try with the same properties as before. And we just say verify. Now it's looking at all of those NFTs, if they're actually there and if all of it checks out. You don't have to do that, but I would encourage to do it, because just in case there was an error somewhere during the process, then this could be a way to find out about it. It's better to do some checking. What's happening there? Not all NFTs checked out. See, there's an error. For me, it checks out. It is here. Oh, see? Now it's writing those indices. Maybe there was some mess up with writing those indices on the blockchain as well. So good that we ran that verify. This actually, it makes sense. Done success. Okay. And now if we verify again, hopefully now all of them should be there. I mean, it's a tedious process and it takes a while, yes, but better do some double checking than to have some people try to get NFTs that then just doesn't exist. That's just way more annoying than having to wait a few more minutes here for it to check all the files. Now it should check out. Ready to deploy! Woo! We're ready to deploy! Nice! Okay, cool. And what does that mean? We can now create candy machine. That's what we will want to do. Create candy machine, then basically the environment, the key pair again, log level. Oh yeah, and that's the interesting part now. We supply a price. So this is for the first buying. So for the minting of the NFT, the primary sale, where users can mint the NFT, you will need to specify a price and you need to specify an account. So if you want to do the primary sale in Solana, so in Sol, then you just specify the price in Sol and you specify this Sol treasury account. That's all you need to do. So it would look something like specify price and specify address additionally. We could do that, or we specify an SPL token and specify the price in that token, and then we specify the token account as the one who receives the payments. Now, I've never done this before, but I really want to try it. So, challenge accepted. Let's do it. I want people to be able to mint my token not with Sol, but with USDC. So what do we need to do? Well, first we need to find out what USDC actually... So Solscan has become my new favorite block explorer for Solana. It used to be the Explorer, but now it's Solscan. So this is my account. This is my Phantom account. Here I already have 25 USDC. That's the price that I want to set for one mint. And let's see, token accounts. That's my token account. And if we have a look at that, then we see that this is the address. Is that the token address? Yeah, that's the mint address. There we go. So we first need to find out what even is the mint address of the coin. And then we do some magic on chain, because I want it to go to this address, right? But this address doesn't have the account yet. So what I need to say, spl-token create account. So I need to say spl-token create account. And this thing needs the token address. Let's see what exactly it needs. Token address, fee payer is me on default. That's fine. Sign only, verbose. Owner, there. Owner, I can specify the address who holds it. Okay, so SPL token, what do we say? Create account. Create account. From this, that's USDC. That's the address of USDC, as we just saw here. And the owner, that's my address. Boom. Finalizing transaction. Nice. Now, if we check here on this account, that is still doesn't have anything, but it has a token account that I just created for it. And that's the account address. Boom, we can copy that. I just created that from a different account, by the way. I created an account for someone else because this is my ledger account. That's where I want the funds to go. And this here is just my command line thing, which might get hacked if I don't know, leave my computer somewhere or I don't know, whatever. So I try to have the funds separate from that. So this is the thing that we can now supply here at the SPL token account. So let's try that. Let's say, as we had before, and then at the very end, we say the SPL token account. So I could write that out or just do it with the A. That's where I want it to pay to. Then the token that I want it to pay in is USDC. That was that thing. And then the price, I want 25 USDC as the price. That's my final answer. Boom! Create candy machine, please. Come on, let's do it. Yes, yes! Candy machine, create candy machine, finished. Candy machine, pub key. There we go. That's also important. We need to remember that as well. Candy machine. That's the public key. We need to remember that because we need it later, aka now. Because what we now want to do, now we have our nice little candy machine running, or candy machine created on chain. Now we need to have some kind of front end to also be able to mint our NFTs. And we can do that with what is it called? Candy machine. Yeah, exactly. The candy machine mint from the exiled apes. This Git repo, we're just gonna fork that real quick. Once we have forked it, we are going to, actually with SSH, why not? Yeah, let's do it. Say git clone, whoops, our repository that we just forked. Boom, we just cloned the repository. Now we can go into this candy machine mint and have a look. Because here is an environment example. You know what? Let's look at it in the Explorer. So this we can copy, and we don't need the example. So what we want to just create an .env file. Yes. And this thing needs to contain a little bit of information. So there are placeholders in there for now that we need to replace with the correct values. Now, the candy machine config, if I'm not mistaken, that program public key here. So that's the config from the program. And then the candy machine ID, that's what we just created. That's the public key of the candy machine. Right? So that's what we got from the create candy machine, and that's what we got from the upload. And then the treasury address, let's just put in our payment address just in case it takes that. Candy start date. If you're not sure what that's supposed to mean, it's described here, but it's also described really badly. Don't tell them. It's a Unix timestamp from when it will be open. So Unix timestamp. Yeah, that's the current Unix timestamp. So let's copy the current Unix timestamp. Boom. There you go. We take that, and there we go to the mainnet beta. And the RPC host also is like this. Then we save that .env file. That's important. And then we can continue to actually build this React app. Essentially, we want to run this, but obviously before we can say yarn build, we need to yarn install all the dependencies. Done. Okay. Now you could say yarn build, then it creates the build folder that you can host somewhere. Or if you just want to have it locally, you can also just say yarn start, then it will just start it in development mode. Localhost port 3000. And there we have our React app built. What we can do now is connect our Phantom wallet or different one. We say, yes, we trust this because we're running it ourselves. And boom, we get an error. And I think I already know what it is. Yes, it's the go live date that we set for the front end, but the candy machine itself on chain doesn't have it. So this go live date will give us an error. The way to fix this, I knew that I had to do this, but I didn't do it yet, obviously, to go through that error because people will have that error. We have to update, because that's not in the create, this is just in the update candy machine. So can you give me some help on update candy machine? Here we see we can provide the date. We can update the price and we can update the date, right? So now is a good thing. Well, let's do it with now. Yes, that I've never tried that. So we want to update the date now. Let's see if that works. Boom. That's the candy machine program on chain that we're calling. Update candy machine finished. Yes, there we go. That's the timestamp for the start date. Perfect. So now if we go back here and if we try that again, we connect our wallet. Then we are in, we can see This is all the stuff that it pulls from the chain. This is my wallet address. That's my balance on that wallet address. Is that even true? Yep. Still have almost 0.1 sol. Then it tells us how many NFTs are available and how many have been redeemed and how many are remaining. So available is the total. This will not change, but those will go to here. And back in the days when I first developed this, I had to write that part myself. That was not shown yet, but also this Git repo is in active development and they keep improving it. So what we can now do is hit that freaking mint button. And then it should mint an NFT for us. Let's just try this. Transaction may fail to confirm. Now this is not what I expect to see here. Let's go to advanced. So it creates an account. That's what I would expect from it to do, and then it creates the token account for it, and it mints to, and it calls that program. I mean, looks good to me so far. And what this thing does is hard to tell. So maybe it has problems simulating that. A has one constraint was violated. Ooh, damn. Now I'm afraid that I'm gonna need to do some debugging to get that to work. I will have to dig deeper into this error, but I have a meeting now, so I guess I'll see you later. Easy way, just mint in Sol and then you don't have that issue. Even after 4 hours of development, I could not get this to work, that this candy store supports an SPL token. So we're just gonna retract and not let you pay in USDC, but let you pay in Sol. But I do want to demonstrate that it does work. Let me go here again. Here we go. The mint one token. Have a look what that needs. Essentially, it's just a key pair and our environment. Put it all in here with our key pair. And we say mint one token. Now, this is not gonna work because we don't have any USDC on that account, so on that key pair. Let's send ourselves those $25. Send them there. Send. If we now say token accounts again, then we see we have USDC 25. Okay. And now, supposedly, if we say TS node mint token key pair blah 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 and on mainnet better, now potentially with those $25, mint one token finished. Nice. Who would have thought that this actually works? So yeah, this basically just once again proves my point that the problem was just on the candy store mint and not on the metaplex side. So on metaplex, that's exactly how it works, how you would use SPL token. You can have any tokens. It doesn't need to be USDC. You can have your own token. That's what I did on DevNet. I just created my own token and then I paid in this one. I could have you pay in loop tokens, and for your loop tokens, you could redeem NFTs. Pretty cool use case, right? Maybe I will actually do that. If we now connect our Phantom wallet here, okay, now we see one has already been redeemed and 100 are still remaining. So it worked. I mean, the candy machine works. Just this thing doesn't work. And I did not find a way to change the candy machine once I created it that I use a different token. I can set a different price, but I cannot set a different token or a different wallet to receive funds. And I can also not create a second candy machine. So, you know what? We're just gonna do it all again and pretend this all never happened. Let's just do it all again. And I think that was the comment that we ran in the very beginning. Let's do all of this, plus we say the price is 0.2 sol. Also, we supply a treasury account, and that is this time just the entire address. And I hope that this time I'm not making a mistake, because you can only do this once. Boom! I am making a mistake. I still have the help in there. But now, boom! Oh! Why you keep failing? Well, and as we did so many times, we're gonna postpone the making of this video for yet another time. Hopefully, this is just a potentially this is just a bug that they currently have on their smart contract, and they're gonna fix it eventually. So let's just try it again tomorrow. So let's do this again. Maybe it works today. All of a sudden, I would be confused, but I would be pleasantly surprised if it just works today with the same freaking... What? Seriously? God damn. See, that's exactly the reason why you gotta be patient and why you gotta just, give it a day. Because all of those things are in active development. So if there's a bug, you can spend hours trying to find out what's wrong, or you just wait a day and somebody else will fix it. The amount of time I've wasted. So, to show it off again, this time, bam, and we have a candy machine. We have a candy machine again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all cool. It's all cool. We have a candy machine. Let's ignore all of the things that we did yesterday with the SPL token. Let's just set a price in Sol and let people mint in Sol, because that's just way easier, because we find the tools that support that. So this is one of the tools that we could use, but in the meantime, I found a better one. This one by Kevin Faveri. So he made a project that is actually based on the Exiled Apes Candy Machine mint, and it looks a lot nicer, and it can do basically the same things and a little bit more. It supports minting multiples and some shit. So we are going to fork this one. We clone this solana-candy-factory, and then we go into this folder and first say yearn install. This is again gonna take a little bit. Before we build it, we need to change this environment. So first of all, copy this and just call it .env. And inside this thing, it's basically pretty much the same as the other one, except they call the things a bit differently, right? So candy machine config is what we find at the very top, and candy machine ID is what we find at the very back. So that's those things. And then the treasury address, this is where our money goes. The recapture, we're not gonna use that. In fact, let's throw this out right away by going to source pages, and on the index we open this. Gonna change this thing to a normal button. It's not gonna look nice, but whatever. Then we can build this thing, and it says it takes the environment from here, so that's cool. The build is complete, and then we can just say, why do you not display that? Yearn start, and then it serves it on our local host. Open it here. Boom, that's what it looks like. So if we now click on select wallet, go live date is NA. Okay, classic. So once again, we need to say the date should be now. Boom. That went through. Now if we check again with show, then we should now see what? Oh, I said minus D8. Okay, I mean, that doesn't work. Okay, hold on. Dash D now or dash dash date now, any of those. But that's why you always check what you did and make sure that it actually had the effect that you wanted it to have. That's where this show command comes in handy. And if we now say show again, then there we go. Go live has an actual date. Now, if we connect the wallet, there we go. Now we get the candy machine in here and we see that we have 101 still available because it's a new candy machine out of the 101. And because I don't like how that all looks, give me a few seconds and I'm gonna make it look a bit prettier. There we go. Much better. We have 2 fat buttons for mint. They look horrible, but well, that's my life. So if we now click on those buttons, click on mint. Oh no, this does not look good at all. You know, maybe my issue is that I do not have enough money on here. Because obviously I said 0.2 is the amount of sol that I need. Maybe that's it. Here we have 0.2 sol. Now that's better. Because if you now click on mint, that's looking much better. Okay, so we see that 0.2 sol are paid. That's the fee, and then that's gas fees essentially. So for creating a token, you know, you have to create a token account, you have to mint the token, and then you have to execute the program, and that all is a little costly. So for 0.21197 sol, I could mint my NFT now, which I'm not gonna do yet because first we want to talk about something else, and that is hosting this entire site. Because what's the point of having it on my local host? Yes, I can mint all of my NFTs, but where's the fun in that? I want you guys to be able to mint all of my NFTs, so I need to host it somewhere. So we need to talk about how to do that. And the easiest way I found for myself is to use GitHub Pages, because I've already created the GitHub repo myself anyway, so I'm already hosting that. And GitHub is nice enough to host what I have in my repos. So first of all, we need to install GitHub Pages. We just go here where we had our server running. We say basically this, npm install GitHub Pages. While it fetches all of that stuff, we need to also edit a file that is the project.json file, and we need to add a homepage and those scripts. So in this folder, there's a package.json. We can just edit this file, and then we just create here a new thing called homepage. And this homepage has to be like this. So we have the git name. This is loop creative Andy. That's my GitHub username. See here, loop creative Andy. And then this is the repository, solana-candy-factory. This is what we put here. So that's gonna be the address that it will be available at. And then at the scripts, we have to add pre-deploy and deploy. So that means before it deploys, it runs this, and then when it deploys, it runs this. All right, now that that's done, let's boom, run npm run deploy. Bam. I hope I didn't forget anything else, but it runs the build. So essentially it now calls yearn again, I think. So, whoa, that's not looking good. Another 2 hours of trying to get this thing to work, I have decided that no, we're not gonna do this, because if I take that long, then my audience is gonna take even longer and ask me a lot of questions how I did all of that. So we're not gonna have this pretty site. We're just not gonna build this pretty thing, but we're gonna go back to the exiled monkeys, going back to the candy machine mint that we got from the exiled monkeys. Yes, and we're gonna just publish that. Okay, right, so let's do that. I'm gonna do this. There we go. We have the build folder now and we can serve it. Essentially, we just need to upload all of this to a web server that can host it. That's all we need to do. Or we use GitHub Pages because that's free. We don't need to pay for it. And the way you do this is, first of all, because I don't know how to do it with url, we need to say npm install. That npm has all of its dependencies. Okay. And then we need to make some modifications to the package JSON, a homepage. And this thing is called Candy Machine Mint. Candy Machine Mint. Loop Creative Andy is my GitHub username. So that's the homepage. And then at the scripts, pre-deploy and deploy. And GitHub Pages just serves this directory. So, yep. First we build it and then we put the build folder onto GitHub in a different branch. And if we run that, npm run install, no, deploy. There we go. Now comes the interesting part. Can it publish it to GitHub Pages? Yes, published. Nice. Now if we have a look in our repository, we now have a new branch, GitHub Pages. And if we look in the settings under Pages, then it says your site is published. It's from that branch, the root directory. Boom, if we go there, then we have that page. Amazing. And this is public now. This can be accessed from anywhere in the world. It's not running locally on my machine anymore. We still need to find out if it's actually working. Yes, we let this React app connect. And now if we hit that mint, yes, now we have it here. Now it's the correct version. And now we can finally mint our own NFT on chain, on the mainnet. Let's do it. Shall we do it? Let's do it. We approve this transaction. And then we wait a few seconds. We wait a few more seconds. We wait a few more seconds. And then it will tell us mint is successful! Way! Isn't that nice? Inside our wallet, if we click here, we now see our collectibles. Oh, look at that guy. Look at him. This is the Andy NFT #1. And it has the description, thank you for your support. Yes, that's, and here you can see the properties. I have blue eyes, this shirt, no equipment. Isn't that nice? I love NFTs. I mean, this kind of, I like how that looks. I kind of like how that looks, especially if we have more. I'm not gonna get myself more here on the mainnet because I want to leave some for you, but I can demonstrate what it would look like on DevNet. If I change to DevNet, then here you can see that's what it would look like if you were to buy more of them. Then just, you know, you have them collectible here inside your wallet. Isn't that nice? And also, going back to mainnet, but yeah, you can now go to loopcreativeandy.github.io/candymachine-mint and mint yourself an NFT. Oh, I don't have enough money anymore. That's why it's saying this. So I'm not willing to give up. How's that? How would that look? I don't think I need the transfer authority here. I tried many things here. Token account and payer, and then the payer should sign it. Create account, initialize account, create account, mint approve. Oh yeah, no, the approve is the one that I add, right? Okay. Mint. Ooh la 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 la. I'm such a great developer. Look at that, look at that, look at that. It can simulate the transaction. Okay, so another hour of development later, I finally managed to put it in a way that I can actually pay in USDC. What? 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 Not like this is going to be relevant for you, but it's going to be relevant for my project because I prefer people to pay in USDC. It's also easier for me to tax it in dollars than it is in Solana, because in Solana I would have, for every time somebody purchased something at that time, calculated into euros. I mean, I would have to do the same thing in dollars, but with dollars it's still a bit easier than with Solana. So I do want people to mint in USDC, and it looks like this would work. Whoa, I don't even want to click on it. I don't even want to click on it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even want to click on it, if you know what I mean. This would be so cool. Okay, let's not do it. And instead ruin the progress that we made earlier. We still have this in here. Okay, that's good. npm run deploy. This would be so cool if that would work. If that would work, that would be so cool. Ah, yes. I'm making progress in understanding what's happening, because now, as you saw, I was able, no, there should be the payer in here. Oh no, this is wrong. Oh, I'm really getting better, and I'm really learning something about Solana. This is so cool. Okay, now publish it. I can't wait. I'm such a little child. Okay, now going back to the actual big thing, the big bang. Now, I'm not sure if that's already in the right version. Let's check. It is. Look at this. I can pay in USDC. And this is the fee for, creating token accounts and whatnot. Because if we have a closer look on what's happening here, we create an account, we initialize the mint, we create the token account, we mint to that token account. Then that approve, that is something that I had to add, because we need to create another token account that takes the USDC, and then the candy machine can take that USDC. But that's something that you have to implement. And then it calls the candy machine mint function. So let's just go here again, where we just received the 2 sol earlier, where we have 0 USDC. And if I now confirm this transaction, no, don't do that to me. But it was able to simulate it. Why? No, fuck, shit, balls, bullshit. Block hash not found. What even does that mean? Block hash not found. Do I really need to include a block hash or some shit? What now? I mean, now it didn't fail immediately. I just did it again. Wow, this is stable. Fuck. Mint successful. Maybe I should just not wait so long between clicking mint and confirming. But I mean that looks great. And if we have a look into our collections, there we have it. There we have it. That's the second one. I get a free coaching from myself. No, in fact, I didn't want this NFT. You know, this is gonna be the price of something that I'm not sure yet. That's the deal. But hey, I can mint in USDC now. And if we refresh this, then we should see that the 25 USDC went there, and they're not in my wallet anymore. Oh, this is so cool. I can mint in SPL tokens. And that also means I can mint in loop tokens. So I could set up a minting site where you can mint NFTs with loop tokens. And the cool thing about that is it doesn't have tax implications, because what I'm doing here has tax implications, because obviously USDC is valued in dollars, which is, you know, valuable. So the Finanzamt might care. But if I do it in loop tokens and I just send you the loop tokens for something, and loop tokens don't have a value, they're zero, and then you get the NFTs for the loop tokens and I receive the loop tokens back, then I don't need, that's not a taxable event for me because it's free. But anyhow, those are gonna be taxable events. Fuck me. But I hope it's gonna be worth it, because you can buy NFTs with USDC now. Oh, isn't that great? And hey, it's good for you, because 25 USDC is a lot less, or is less than 0.2 sol, right? And you can do so from loopcreativeandy.github.io/candymachine-mint. I put the link in the description as well. I wish you much fun in minting NFTs, and I cue the goodbyes that I already said earlier when I thought I'm done with that project. Now, I thought this would be a quick little project that I do, and then I've been working good 20 hours on it, and I like 5 hours of those I recorded, so editing this video is gonna be So if you appreciate this, if you appreciate the work that I'm doing for you, then show your support by buying an NFT from my collection or donating to my address. I'm also fine with that. I hope this video was helpful. Again, we are working with tools that are under active development, so stuff is changing quickly. It might not be the same for you in a week that it is for me here, and it's all just hacks that have been thrown together. So if something does not work, I'm happy to try and help you, but also please be aware that my time is also limited and I cannot help everybody for hours. But hey, unless you have a token that says you get a free 1 hour coaching, then of course I will help you for an hour. And yeah, I hope that you have fun with my NFTs, as much fun as I had creating them. I did not have so much fun putting them on chain because that was a pain. But anyhow, we made it work. I'm happy that we came this far. And yeah, leave the video a like and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more of this content. Let me know what exactly you want to see, and jump into the crypto Discord where I also help out if you have any questions concerning Solana and NFTs and stuff. Also, feel free to reach out to me if you want my help in developing other projects. I'm usually up for that, as long as I learn something and or get paid well. So yeah, with that, I want to finally say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care and enjoy your NFTs.